Hey, hi guys. I wanted to do something very quick, very different. Usually, when I do videos, I'm always like beats, face beats, and all of that. But I just wanted to come to you as sincere, as authentic, as honest, as real as I could ever be. Oh yeah, I was busy with invitations. I was busy doing the CCDN invitations. I don't know. Do they look nice? Yeah. There we go. So it looks something like this. Yeah. So I'm done with these. They're pretty, right? Yeah. DIY. Do it yourself. Okay. Yeah, but these are like ones going to churches and organizations and stuff. We waiting on the poster, which I think I'm getting tomorrow. And the video is done already, it just needs to be converted so that it can fit on WhatsApp. So I think most people are gonna get the video and the poster, not necessarily these ones. These ones are for like groups of people. Anyways, alright, so we are preparing for the launch, and it is very exciting. It's exciting and it's really challenging also. So the reason why I did this video, I just wanted to talk about a part that's going to be in the program. It's called Transparency Chats, right? So we're gonna do this, I think it's like the eighth thing on the program. So it's called Transparency Chats, and yesterday I was drawing up questions. So okay, the concept of Transparency Chats is there's going to be a point in the program. This is going to be with every CCDN event, every CCDN workshop, banquet, if you will, whatever. So we're always going to have a transparency chat kind of thing where we're going to be divided into different groups, very small groups, about 4 or 5, and there's always going to be a topic of some sort where we're going to discuss that, and then in the end come together and sort of like give back feedback and remarks of how, like the feedback that had of what we spoke about in our group and some of the things that came out. So yesterday I was preparing these questions. So here's what happened. Some time ago, sorry, the music was distracting me. Some time ago, when God planted this concept in my heart, I was like, okay, I was typing up these questions, and there was about 7-8 questions. I think I did this like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was typing that out and all, and then I just left it. I was like, okay, I'll get back to it. You know, when you do something and you're like, you get back to it. And then yesterday, eventually, I got back to it because I need to finalize a lot of things now since we're drawing closer. So everything needs to be like finalized and all. So yesterday, I got back to these questions, and as I was going through them, you know, I took a pause in the moment, and I was sort of like talking to the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit said to me, what was the whole point? What is the whole point of transparency talks? And I was like, well, you know, man, like it's to sort of like remove the shame that comes with some of the mistakes that we've done as women, you know, some of the things that we've done and we really regret and we really feel shameful about and guilty about. Those things we most of the time don't say to anyone, we don't share to anyone, with anyone. And then I was like, it's basically, so I was going through these things in my head. I was like, it's to sort of like just be honest with each other, to be you know, to embrace the fact that sometimes we're not okay, and that's okay. And to sort of like remember that we don't always need to be strong. You know, there's times where we break, and that's okay. And to sort of like okay the hurt that we have and the brokenness that we have, and to have that platform to speak out. So this is what I want to achieve in these transparency talks, to be able to sit with other women and to be open, that we don't always have to have that mask, we don't always have to have that facade, we don't always have to pretend to be okay, because we're honestly not always okay, and that is okay, because I think a lot of times we try to be so okay, and it gets to a point where we just fake being okay. So you pretend. I know I do that a lot of times. I'll pretend to be okay even when I'm not fine. And even when my closest friends or people around me can see that I'm not fine, and they literally tell me like, dude, you're not okay, man, I'll still, like, I'll lie. I'll just be like, no, I'm okay, So the point of the transparency talks is that. And after I said that, God said to me, but then look at the questions that you wrote. How are you achieving that through those questions? So basically, I was playing it really safe with the questions. I was like, okay, I don't want to now open up. I don't want that session to like end with tears and stuff like that. But then God said to me, but why are you doing it? And then as I went through all those things, and when I looked at the questions also, He was like, but we're not achieving that, We want to achieve something, but the way in which you're going about is not going to get you to achieve what you want to achieve. And then so I was like, oh, okay. So I really went back and I really like changed those questions, and I really went, I'm not going to tell you what they are, you need to come. So I really went to look for those, I really went to read through those questions again, and I deleted basically everything, and I came up with other questions, for the transparency talk for the 29th of April. And after I read those questions, the ones I did after that, I was satisfied, because initially we want to be able to heal through these talks, through these transparency talks. We want to embrace our pain. We want to challenge each other, and we want to learn from each other's testimonies and each other's stories. There might be something that somebody went through in a certain group, that they successfully went through that, and then there's somebody in that group who is in the process of going through that. It's always amazing to have somebody impart into you strength and knowledge, and to sort of like give you strategies of how they went through it when they were going through it. It's always easier, and it's always very comforting and helpful to get somebody that's gone through something that you are going through, because you realize that they went through this, I'm going through it now. It shows that I'm going to be able to successfully get through it, because there's situations that we go through and you really feel like, I'm not going to get out of this, and and through these chats, I really wish to challenge everybody. I want everybody to challenge themselves also into becoming a better version of themselves. There's a lot of people that have been hurt by a lot of different things, and because of that, they have even come up with ways of living which, do not really get them to where they initially wished to get to. There's people that have gone through traumatic stuff, there's people that have gone through hurtful and painful stuff, and or disappointment from themselves and from other people, and because of that, they're not really accessing or going about to get to their journey, to their destinations, their destinies, and their purpose in a way that God had initially desired for them to. And so we settle for that comfort, because we're so used to doing this, we're so used to these routines that we've come up with in order to sort of like protect ourselves and to keep us from getting hurt. But also in the process, we don't realize that we're trying to protect ourselves so much, but we're missing what we are capable of doing. Think of a time where you dreamt of being whatever, and then something happened, and then after that you were like, okay, this didn't happen, so I'm not going to dream that far. So you sort of like alter your dreams to become less, because you're scared of failure and you're so fearful of failing because you failed before. And I know I've been through that so many times, but right now I'm constantly trying to challenge myself to sort of like question every single move, question why you're doing this, to find the value in everything that you are doing. And I wish everyone would sort of like break through those limitations, break through trying to play it safe and to settle because they're scared of the failure that happened the first time. I mean, sometimes you need to break out of that, and it's not easy. It's hard. I mean, everybody has gone through something. Everybody has a story, and that's the concept of transparency chats. I know a couple of my friends were asking, because on the video invitation they were asking, what is transparency chats, what is that all about? So it's about challenging, it's about inspiring, it's about pushing boundaries, it's about being able to comfort each other, not to paralyze each other to playing it safe, but to comfort each other through the experiences that we've gone through and to impart knowledge onto the next person. So this is a part in the launch on the program that I'm really excited about, because I know by the time we leave after that, we're going to be very challenged to be better people, and it's not going to be something that's just going to happen overnight. There's going to be a lot of struggles, as we try to push ourselves out of being comfortable with what we have, being comfortable with how we approach certain situations, because it's not easy. Like, it's always a bit challenging to change your normal routine into becoming a better person. So yeah, I'm really excited, and I'll see you guys on the 29th of April. There's a lot of preparation that's going into this, and because it's a launch, it's a big thing, it's a big deal. I mean, I've been trying to launch CCDN for the past 4 years, and I'm actually very glad that it didn't happen then, because I'm not as ready as I am now. There's a couple of things that I had to go through to constantly be reminded of the value of what CCDN is, of what CCDN is meant to achieve, and even with the preparation, there's a lot of challenges that I'm going through, that the organization itself is going through in the preparation, because God is really going to move in a very mighty way, and I'm really expectant, I'm excited, and I'll see you guys there.